I'm Bill McBride, and I'm a candidate for Commissioner Precinct 2, Rains County.
Excellent. So tell us what led up to this moment, or what was that moment where you said, this is what I want to do?
Well, when I seen that Mike Willis wasn't going to run no more, I figured that the county needed somebody with experience, and I figured I have the most experience than any of them anyway, so that's the reason I decided to run.
All right. Very straightforward. I like it. So what do you see as the biggest challenges that you're going to face in this role, and how do you plan to handle them?
By getting community buy-in. I plan on meeting with the citizens on their concerns and discussing it with them and how it'll affect them, because it'll affect all of us, not just them, but all of us in the county.
Okay. And when you step into a situation where you don't already have experience, how do you approach it and move forward?
I start looking for people who have the experience in the situation and ask them questions and get their response, and then go by the outcome. I'll evaluate their outcome.
Okay. And with this position, there are limits to its authority. How do you plan to work within those limits to still create positive outcomes for the county?
I'm only one commissioner, and it takes 3 in the court. I'll talk and meet with the other commissioners one-on-one and get their perspective, and then try to reach an agreement with them.
Okay. Who do you rely on for input when making difficult decisions, and how do you weigh conflicting advice?
Now, first, I pray over it and seek his direction. Then I would look for individuals with experience in that field. Then I'll go with the decision that best benefits the people of the county.
So how do you decide what issues should be prioritized when time, funding, or resources are limited?
I'd evaluate them all. Then I'd go with the one that affects the safety and the welfare of the county first, period.
Okay. And how do you balance listening to constituents with making tough decisions that may not be popular?
Again, I'd evaluate them all and go with the one that benefits the county first. Remember, I'm not going to make everybody happy. I'm here not to be popular, but I'm going to do the best job for the citizens of Rains County.
Okay. And so when a decision that you were involved in draws public criticism, how do you handle that personally and professionally?
I can't take anything personal. I'll be transparent when meeting with the public that's dissatisfied, and will listen and address their concerns of the situation and do my best ability to help them.
Right on. So tell us about a project or a situation that didn't go as planned. What did you learn, and how did you recover from it?
Back in the early 80s, I was working for the city of Dallas, and I had a job to rehab a city street. While tearing the road up, we had a gas line ruptured. It shut down several businesses. Upon discovery, I found that the gas line was way too shallow. This stopped our progress and delayed it until the gas company was able to lower it. From that point on, when I notified Dig Test for line locations, I called certain companies to come out and expose their lines so that doesn't happen again. The experience stuck with me through all of my career, through the rest of my career. And we were still able to finish the job, but it was through a lengthy delay.
All right. Can you share an example of working with someone you struggled or strongly disagreed with to reach a solution?
As a supervisor through most of my career, I always didn't agree with the decisions of my supervisors that above me gave me. I voiced my concerns, and if it wasn't a safety concern, I went with their decision because they were my supervisor.
Makes sense. How will you make sure, being a country community, how will you make sure that people without such a loud voice are heard?
This will be my full-time job, and I won't be pulled away by any other distractions. I'll ride the roads, answer my phone, emails, I'll talk with the public, and again, I'll always have an open door policy.
Excellent. How will you handle situations where a decision could benefit someone you know personally, politically, or financially?
I've lived in Rains County for 20 years, so I don't know a lot of people here. But I did live in the county next to us for 30 years. I'll treat everybody equally and the same. It's not just by the law, but it's also morally right. to do right.
Okay. How do you balance data, expert guidance, and lived experience when making decisions that affect the county?
My lived experiences will help me make my decisions. I have over 34 years experience that qualifies me for this position. I've handled large budgets, citizens' concerns. I've worked with state, city, and county governments, and closely with law enforcement and first responders at accident sites. I participated in the Rains County Commissioner's Court in the past. With this experience and knowledge, I'll help Rains County.
Excellent. At the end of your term, how should residents measure whether you were successful in this role?
And if I left the county in a better and safer and financially more secure place than when I came, and that I was fair and honest and did my best, I'd be happy.
Excellent. If you could realistically accomplish only one meaningful improvement during your term, what would it be and why?
Improve the budget to possibly lower taxes, because there's nothing successful if you can't manage the money.
100%. So the next questions are the community questions that they gave me on Facebook. And so I'm just going to read through them for you. The first one is regarding taxes, funding, and county resources, more specifically property taxes and appraisal oversight. What is your stance on reducing or eliminating property taxes for homeowners? And do you believe there should be limits or additional oversight on the Rains County Appraisal District and its board of directors?
I'd love to eliminate all property taxes, especially for the elderly citizens. I believe they should be taken care of and that burden taken away from them. But first I'd balance the budget and look for ways to lower it. If we can find ways to lower the budget, then we can lower the tax rate. Remember, it's easier to prevent the tax rate from rising than it is to eliminate taxes. And on the board, I believe there should be an interview panel for all positions on that board. And I think they should have term limits.
Excellent. So on non-tax funding for animal services, what steps would you take to pursue grants, fundraising, or other non-tax funding to support an animal control officer or an animal shelter services in Rains County?
I understand the county has a grant writer whose responsible it is to find available money through the federal government. I'd get with that person and pursue all avenues to support an animal shelter and possibly get with the cities to see if they were any way we could jointly finance one. Because you got the city of Point, the city of Emory, and the city of East Waukene, plus Rains County. Maybe we could all get together and buy one and get one. But if we're unable to do that, I'd get with the surrounding the counties, and see if they're willing to help us with it. Maybe we could start a local campaign for our citizens to take responsibility for their own pets.
Yeah. Infrastructure and traffic safety. Highway 1969 intersection. What actions, if any, would you support to improve traffic flow and safety at the Highway 1969 intersection?
19 and 69. 19 is your problem. One lane coming through town and you got the square there. 69 is a little easier to fix, I believe. I believe if you took 69, because the state has plenty of right-of-way there, start down, say, at Hooten's, widen it to 5 lanes, 2 lanes one way, 2 lanes the other way, and a center turn, continuous left turn like it is now. That would put people through there. Instead of the way it is now, they bottleneck. They go 2 lanes, then they bottleneck, and they open up to 2 lanes, and they bottleneck again. And if you go through there after school, everybody's in the left lane, there's nobody in the right lane because they know it's going to end again. Mm-hmm. If they come through there and widen it, that would alleviate a lot of it. Then they do a traffic study and have them do a study of timing the lights for during the school, because most of it's during the school time period anyway. But as far as that's the only way, you'll never have nothing to do with 19. That's your problem because of the square. But you can alleviate a lot of it by widening 69.
Technology, privacy, and public trust. Flock license plate recognition cameras. This is a 2-part. Mm-hmm. Recently, Flock automatic license plate recognition cameras have been installed in parts of Rains County, including multiple cameras near the FM 47 and Highway 276 intersection. What is your position on the use of those cameras in this county?
I just seen them the other day for the first time. I really don't have a problem with them as long as they don't infringe on their privacy. I don't want government overreach, but if it helps with the drug problem, then I would be for it. I think it should go through, be reviewed by legal counsel, because I would want to know who's getting the information and what it's for, period.
Some cities have discontinued their use due to concerns about privacy, accountability, and legal risk. Are you willing to review or reevaluate these systems, and what safeguards do you believe should be in place if they are used?
Again, it should go through legal counsel to see where the information is going and what it's being used for.
Right. Environmental protection and future development regarding lithium mining and water protection. With lithium mining potentially coming to Rains County in the future, what is your plan to protect local water systems and ensure residents continue to have access to safe, clean drinking water?
I'm totally against that type of mining, and I would do anything possible and legal to help keep the facilities out of our county and our water supply.
Excellent. So on Facebook, we have our page, and there's a lot of questions that get thrown around, and I've seen them on other pages. Are there any particular Facebook questions that you've seen either posed in your direction or anyone else's that you would want to speak to right now?
No, you pretty well asked all of them that I've seen on Facebook.
Okay, awesome. Well, lastly, is there anything else that you'd like to say to the voters?
I appreciate the time, and I appreciate your vote, and I appreciate everything. Thank you much.
Awesome.